Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from blackcatcomics and rockin Milpitas. Every Wednesday is new comic day and I like to give you some great reasons to go to black-cat-comics.com and pick up something fun to read. It's another pretty small week, but as always, lots of great books to talk about. Some top-notch titles this week, like this one. It's Avengers number 39. Everybody knows this is my favorite title of all time. I'm starting with this one this week because if for some reason you don't have Avengers on your list, now is the time. This arc that they're rolling into is going to, upend the entire Marvel Universe. A lot of moving and shaking in this title, a lot of things that are going to ripple out across the whole Marvel Universe. The internet's already on fire about this one, so number one, this is as good as the Avengers has been in a long, long time. Jason Aaron and Dale Keown are two all-time greats. Dale Keown is one of my favorite artists, and so the book is already really solid. So you should be checking it out anyway. But if that's not enough for you, like I say, there's going to be a lot going on in this title, so get in on it before it's gone. Venom. Number 30, that's your King in Black book of the week after the first issue of the main King in Black book last week. That was really, really awesome. This one's probably already on your list, so it doesn't need a whole lot of help from me. But throwing it out there to folks who might be a little behind. King in Black is the new big thing over at Marvel, and it's going to be going through all the different Spider titles and whatever. So pick up last week's King in Black number 1, pick up this week's Venom, and maybe this week's King in Black Namor number 1. Going to be all kinds of little mini-series rolling out with all of this stuff. I love anything Namor the Submariner, so this went into my box. Kind of a back-in-the-day Marvel Universe story, so that's always cool. Amazing Spider-Man. Not quite caught up to the King in Black stuff, still wrapping up this The Last Remains, which has been really good. Been talking up Amazing Spider-Man for a little while. Great back-to-basics sort of thing going on. Can't say even too much about it, but the villain in this book is very awesome if you're any kind of Spider-Man fan. And Spider-Man number 5, the last issue of the J.J. Abrams mini. Been waiting on this one for a little while, and it's finally wrapping up. If you caught the first 4, you've been waiting on this one because the book is really, really cool. Kind of an out-of-continuity, different sort of thing. But if you're a Spider fan, if you're a J.J. Abrams fan, grab the other 4 issues and pick up this week's conclusion. Sword is the new issue of a new X title. Always fun to get in on those first issues of X books. Marauders is one of the more popular of the currently ongoing X titles. Was encouraging you non-X folks to check out some of the different things going on through X of Swords. And Marauders is probably one of the ones you ended up with. This and X-Force, along with, of course, the main X-Men title. Some of the bigger books out there. Everybody loves Emma. Juggernaut, number 4. Another surprise hit out of the gate. Been selling out of this one every single issue. If you're an X fan, you want to make sure this one makes it into your stack because, well, who's cooler than the Juggernaut? Strange Academy, another huge hit Marvel's got going on right now. Another book that sells out every issue and goes to reprint. Pick up like the 9th printing of number 1 to see what this is all about. Anything with Kid Dormammu has got to be cool, right? Captain Marvel. And Guardians of the Galaxy, with an especially cool cover, rounds out your main Marvel stuff, but always more Marvel to talk about, like Star Wars number 9. Another one of my favorite titles coming from Marvel. Can read more about this one in the newsletter this week. Been talking up all the awesomeness of Marvel Star Wars, and, well, the awesomeness of Mandalorian. If you're any kind of Star Wars fan, you got to have this book on your list. If you're not necessarily the biggest Star Wars fan, I encourage you to check it out anyway. It's great science fiction, great stories, great art. This is your new jumping point, number 9. And Conan the Barbarian is the last of your Marvel books. Great to see Barbarian action back at Marvel. Good week for those guys. Great week for DC as always. Detective Comics, number 1032. The book that launched The Dark Knight. I know everybody's following Batman, been saying for a little while, you need to have Detective on your list. Great stories, great art, and this is sort of your Bat continuity book. Good stuff. Batman Black and White, a new series of Batman Black and White. Love, love, love all of the incarnations that they've done of Batman Black and White. These are the top creators in comics, doing, of course, black and white stories featuring everybody's favorite world's greatest detective. This one has Paul Dini. Do not let this one get away from you this week. Awesome stuff. And you can pick up the trades for the previous series because that's great stuff. Dark Knight Death Metal, The Last Tales of the DCU is your Dark Knight Death Metal book. Again, this one's probably already on your list and in your box, so it doesn't need a whole lot of help from me. But if you're following the main series and you've been passing up on some of these one-shots, you might want to check them out because there's some really cool stories in there. And speaking of cool stories, DC's Very Merry Multiverse. Yes, I know the internet has already told you to pick this up. It's already one of those hot book first appearance kind of things. But I'm putting it out there just because I love all of these DC holiday specials. They do Valentine's Day and Halloween and Christmas and all sorts of fun stuff. It's a big old chunky book, 10 different stories, lots of top talent, doing different stories of your favorite DC characters during the holidays. Like I say, I love these holiday specials. And, well, this one might be a little hard to find today. Superman Endless Winter #1, first of a 2-issue mini. Going to be a lot of this Endless Winter stuff rolling out after last week's Justice League Endless Winter #1. Sort of a mini DC-wide event. That and Flash 767, are your Endless Winter books of the week. Again, you've already got Flash on your list and in your box, but if you aren't following Flash, now's the time to jump in along with that Endless Winter stuff. American Vampire 1976 is one of your Black Label books of the week, along with Sweet Tooth, The Return from Jeff Lemire, one of our favorite guys around here. And last but not least is Sandman Lock and Key. Been talking up what an awesome era of mashups it is. Publishers getting together and teaming up their franchises, and everybody loves Sandman, everybody loves Lock and Key. This is kind of a no-brainer. Like I say, I love publisher crossovers. That's always a whole lot of fun. And we love anything Sandman around here, so make sure that that makes its way into your stack a little more on our man Neil Gaiman a little later. And speaking of IDW, this is your second printing of TMNT The Last Ronin. Chances are you missed out on the first printing and you heard all about it and have been waiting for the second print to come. Here's your chance to get in on, boy, one of the hottest books of the year, no doubt about it. You're going to want to grab this before the second issue comes out. A lot of buzz about this book, a lot of folks talking about this book. Kind of harkens back to the very original incarnation of the mighty TMNT. It has a very thick Frank Miller influence, as it should. So, like I say, whether you're a Turtle fan or not, you're going to want to pick this up and check it out, especially before the second issue comes out. And here's TMNT #112. This is your standard issue of the good old mighty TMNT, because you can't get enough of the Turtles. And Transformers #25, this big old chunky issue of War World, is your other IDW book of the week. Because I'm always saying that nobody does the 80s like IDW. They've got G.I. Joe, Transformers, Turtles, all your 80s favorites. Alien Screenplay is your Dark Horse book of the week, along with Norse mythology. I told you there was a little more Neil Gaiman coming up. You know we love anything Neil Gaiman. We love some Norse mythology. This is a great one. That's the David Mack B cover, because I love David Mack. Great stuff there. Homesick Pilots is your first issue Gotta Have It image book of the week, because there's always a first issue Gotta Have It image book of the week. Always encouraging you guys to grab these before they go to their 9th printing, and the first printing costs you $100. And it's always fun to check out first issue of image books, because they do all kinds of things that the other publishers just don't do. Cool genre fusion books and things. Fun stuff there. Red Sonja and Vampirella both get new #1 miniseries this week from Dynamite. Always talking up the great job Dynamite does with Red Sonja, Vampirella, Deja Thoris, all their good stuff. If you aren't following the main titles, here's a couple opportunities to check out some minis to see what they do. Let's show you that Red Sonja one again real quick. Great cover. And Vampirella Dark Powers. We love some Jay Lee covers. It's your Dynamite stuff. Mighty Morphin #2 is one of your Boom Studios books of the week. They've split up the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers into 2 titles. This is Mighty Morphin, and Power Rangers is the other one. If you only have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on your list, you're going to want to update and get these 2 titles going so you don't miss out on anything. Firefly is my Boom Studios book of the week because I never miss an opportunity to talk up anything Whedonverse. He's taken all of that over to Boom Studios, and I just love me some Firefly. Great stuff there. The Cimmerian is your Ablaze book of the week in case Marvel's not giving you enough Conan Barbarian action. Ablaze is doing maybe a little more faithful incarnation from the original novels and things. So if you're a hardcore Conan fan, grab that Marvel title and then pick up some of these Cimmerian books too, because that's a whole lot of fun. That's your Ablaze book. Bite-sized is your AWA book. Got a lot of A publishers these days. Been talking up some of these guys like Ablaze, like AWA, top talent, doing great books. This is a first issue, much like Erratic from last week, so you can get in on the beginning of a new title and see the kind of stuff that publisher does. And Lonely Receiver from Aftershock, the other newer A-named publisher. Been talking up a lot of Aftershock for quite a while now. Books like Animosity and Dark Ark. Everybody's into Lonely Receiver. If you're looking for something not necessarily superhero, there is an Aftershock book that you would really like. So go to their website, check out all the different things they do, and pick up something from them. And finally, a couple All Ages books. Haven't had a whole lot to talk about with the All Ages section, but again, a little publisher mashup. Marvel has licensed out all of their All Ages stuff to IDW, and I'm talking them up all the time. This is Marvel Action Chillers, because it's super fun to see Marvel superhero stuff done in a scary All Ages format. Really, really cool twist on the usual bit. I love all of this Marvel Action stuff. They do Spider-Man, they do Avengers, they do Captain Marvel. Of course, Star Wars Adventures comes from this. Like I say, really fun to see a Marvel All Ages line. And Heroes at Home, this cool little guy, is your other All Ages book of the week. Being stuck at home isn't easy for anyone, even superheroes. So if you're feeling a little quarantined, pick up some Heroes for Home and have a couple of chuckles while you look at what the Incredible Hulk does when he's stuck at home. Great, great week of stuff. So check those shipping lists. Go to black-cat-comics.com, click on Shop, click on New This Week, take a look at all the books that we talked about. Click on last week if there was anything from last week you might have missed, like The Endless Winter. And then tune in Saturday, 2 p.m. as for Comic Shop Talk Live, as we talk about all the books that you've checked out this week. That's all we've got for you. Let's see. Happy holidays. Thanks a lot. We'll see you on Saturday.